All right, guys, you got the Buck here. If you've ever searched for me over on iTunes, I'm under Buck Rogers with a D, Rodgers. And I'm down in marketing or something. I've got to do some work on that things. But guys, I tell you what I've got in store here. Oh, and always make it over to cloudthunder.org sometime. Always share with a friend, and always try to draw this thing out. I mean, guys, it's just information. My subjects today are going to be learn to fail, birth, smiles, and gamers at heart make money now. Okay, that's going to be my colon things for search engines and things like that, guys. See, if you're not informed about what's going on here in the world right now, because what we used to do doesn't work no more. We're moving out of an industrial age into the informational age. And if you've ever did a search for anything on any of the search engines, if you've ever been on the net and you've searched for something, a how-to, anything, folks, if you ain't got a product online and gotten good at getting on the front page in your niche, or learning how to market one way or another, especially with all the social network platforms, folks, I'm with a company that pays out 100% commission, okay, on a $25 product if you choose to participate in the optional income side for another $19.95. And there's some other bells and perks, and that's just the first part of a residual side. There's another inner circle, $100, and you start adding this up, folks. I mean, you can just go out and get 3 or 4 people, and I mean, you got your money coming back in. But I always work with an example of do you know 12? Okay, because why don't we just go ahead and get the first 4 out of the way, because after that it's every other 5th, okay? And so you've got 8 left, and you teach, do you know 12? Because okay, let's just lose your first 4, okay? And this is for anybody that's been anywhere ever before. Whenever I talk to the people walking around New York on the new phones and things like that. See, folks, it's just a matter of time before we start getting the information out there the right way. We've got things in place so powerful. If you've got the money, you can get it, okay? But if you ain't got the money, learn to fail. You got to learn to fail. I mean, look at some of the top names in history, and like Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, Ben Franklin, okay, Sam Walton, Ray Kroc, just to mention a few of them. And you got to learn to fail because they became great. And when you see something the way I saw it, and some of my other friends, well, they don't kind of see it the way I do, because really, if you just keep it simple and realize the numbers don't lie, I mean, guys, I go into all this. You need to be going back through my archives. You need to be getting informed. Get on the team. If you think you can do it better than me, well, I welcome you, okay? Welcome to the team, because I want number 2, 4, 6, and every other 5th of yours. And you know what? They get mine too. Once you start getting the information the correct way, and realizing a pyramid is one of the most stablest things in the world. But why do people always say things like that? Because they're misinformed. They don't know what network marketing is. They don't know where the informational age is going. Because, see, how many people do you realize out there went to sleep last night within just a 2, 3, 4, 500,000 mile radius, or as far as the internet can reach? And you start thinking about these possibilities. And if some of the people are starting to learn to communicate. Our youngest blogger here is 9 years old, folks. Our oldest blogger, okay, is 108 years old, okay. I think I did a blog post on it. I think it might have came in maybe 55 or 60 in the search engines, and I'm 5 or 6 pages down. But folks, we do our best to just try to get our words out to you all, the information the best way we see fit, or the best way that we can do it. And don't be afraid to fail, okay? Otherwise, I wouldn't even turn the computer on, folks. But once you start seeing where you're going and the possibilities, because, see, a penny that doubles every day for 30 days, well, that's just really amazing. You'll almost say it's a lie until you sit down and do it, and wow. But you know what? On the 11th day, that penny has added up to $10.24, okay? And, if people just learn to keep things simple, and just learn to fail, because once the numbers do start happening, you're going to pull some credibility with your friends and your family and things like that. I mean, if you ain't got an extra $50 laying around to invest in yourself, and we're the destination of our economy is going. I mean, we've got a chance right now to actually create some millionaires here, folks. And I don't mean just a few. We've got room for thousands of millionaires. Because really, if you study statistics and things like that, guys, y'all need to be getting scared of the direction that we're going if we don't do something. And this is powerful. This is powerful. So, you know, let's go back to when we learned how to walk or crawl and things like that. Let's go back to birth and just keep things simple. We didn't complicate things. All we know is we wanted to walk. And we also wanted that little red ball in the store, didn't we? But our parents kept on telling us no and no and no and no and no. And you know, it's still on that checkout line, okay? You know, went back, grabbed that little red ball and set it up on that thing, okay? And if we do that today, and we just stop getting in our way, 1,000 people here, like that penny, okay, 11 days, guys. If it took you 2 years, big deal. People are slow. And you got to realize that if you're a faster thinker than that, then put it together as fast as you can see it. Our top earner here in 28 days got paid $710,000 in commissions. You got to find out how, folks, because see, just 1,000 people paying you $25 with a 100% commission company, that's what is it, $25,000? And like I mentioned earlier, the inner circle another $100 a month. You know what? That's $125,000 a month. And you got there, and you don't even have to know all them guys on your own. See, folks, if you'll just learn to keep it simple, you don't have to know 1,000 people. You don't have to know 100. It'd help if you could meet 100. You know, I got a competition I've got going on. I've did it since day one. I got really excited about it in some of my earlier videos over on YouTube, Cars 730. And get subscribed while you're over there or over here, folks, wherever you're hearing me from, wherever I'm coming from. And just learn to communicate, okay? Because think back of the smiles that we had when we learned how to walk. Or when that parents gave in and said, you know what, it's only $3.50 for that little red ball. Think back of how that felt. And folks, this is what we have our hands on right now. This is the direction that we're going. We can't fight it. I mean, if you want to think back to earlier events, think of Sam Walton with Walmart. Pick up a book, guys. Learn their stories. And realize, you know, if people would understand a slight edge, and so far about, you know, around 140,000 members already have understood that slight edge, and I mean positioning is everything, because you know what, I bring in 10,000 people just through pass-bys and things like that, and once you realize 10,000 just on the residual side is 1.25 million a month, do the math, folks, do the math. Bring out the gamer in yourself, you know. This is life. You know, I don't know. Life could be a bunch of games. I mean, good at getting on the front of the search engine, folks. It's here. It's now. Get positioned. Find your credit card. Do whatever you got to do. Find an adult if you're a young gamer, okay? But start getting paid for what you're doing. If you're going to spend time on the net, get paid by figuring out how to use this international wonderful tool and what the Daves have put together with us. Folks, we've got the best blogging platform out there, second to none. Second to none. And yeah, it's $25. You can find any blogging system out there for free, pretty much. But did you see the income? Did I forget to mention the income? And folks, you got to understand this is where we're going. I mean, we're still a very young planet. I mean, if you all don't know about that, we're very young. You know, I mean, evolution, science, okay, and all this, that, and the other plays a big major factor role in where we're going. See, folks, start to look at where you're going. Because, see, for things to change, you got to change. Keep doing what you're doing and expecting different results. Well, that's just insanity. We're giving every one of you all the opportunity. We can handle about 3 a day coming on board. Just click on the blue icon over at cloudthunder.org, guys. Get your email information entered and get ready to fail, my friend. If you're not a quitter, we can get to the end. And we do got some programs out there, you know, that's just fully pretty much automated, okay? But you got to be all the way in, folks. And if you're like me, you got to kind of work your way up. And through my older videos, I realized back then I'm probably going to lose some money. Because sometimes people go, you know what, I could throw 20% at this, you know, out of my earnings if somebody else built it for me. Well, that's a pretty good deal, right? Anyway, all this is in place, guys. We're on the fastest growing team on the planet. We are the prosperity team. And folks, if you're not, you know, you got to be in our line, our bloodline. And, you know, it's just how it is, folks. This is it. Just learn to fail. Learn to fail. This is the new world. And folks, you know, life's too short. Life's too short. Let's go see if we got some callers on the line real quick. Guys, make it over to cloudthunder.org. Get the information. All the information's free. Get to a friend. Have them draw it out for you. See who's coming in under the other person. I mean, you'll start to see how fast you can get your money back. But if you'll do that 12 example and realize you got 8 left and they go out and get 12, that's 32. And whatever, and pass bys, things like that, whatever. But 32, you train them to just go get 12. Whatever it takes, guys, just go get 12. And you might find a go-getter in there every once in a while. Folks, what happens when you have 1,000 people and they've got this here because of positioning? And, you know, do you want to leave it up to somebody else to build your business? Or do you want to build your business? But there is a lazy man's way to wealth. Let's go check callers, folks. And we do have a live caller. Let's see if, I think last time we had this lady on, I recognize the number. And she's also in the same business that I am in. And she needs to, I'm not pulling you on the air quite yet, but pull your mic down to you. And that way I'll be able to hear you real good, okay? Oh, you got a question. Let's go see. No, I'm on mute. Live. Glad I hear you now. I just unpaused you. The last time I did my recording over here on my YouTube channel, also from other followers, I I could actually hear you. So I got one question, Gladys. Did you ever chase down the aisle and get told no for the red ball? What's some of your stories there? Well, thank you. Good call. Um, I'm writing a note over for my YouTube channel because nobody can hear you over here. And I don't want I don't want to go quiet over here on the show, so what I'm doing is I'm making like a note for them, and that way they can go and find my channels and get the information also. And if they give me a second, they'll have that information right in front of them. Let's see if they can see this here so far. Oh yeah. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. I'll have the number up here, and y'all can come find me over on my Blog Talk Radio. Go ahead, Gladys. What am I doing? I'm also making a video. Excuse me? Yes. Yeah, we've actually figured out how to start sharing this with more people. And because, if people, I mean, if they're going to be doing something, do you want to get paid 50%, 60%, 75%, or 100%? And folks, we got the gold mine. Although if you had a neighbor and you found a gold mine in your backyard, you wouldn't probably want to tell your neighbor. Here you do. Everybody's a gold mine, Gladys. And you just got to. That's right. Okay, I'm holding a number up for everybody, or my name. It's Good Call, Blog Talk, Buck Rogers. And go ahead, Gladys. Yeah, you're live on my Blog Talk radio show and my iTunes app for the people who are walking around New York, Dallas, California, maybe down at Daytona Beach, whatever. Would you rather be there with a six-figure a month income? That's the bottom line. Well, let's see. 213-943-3709 and 1 p.m. Central. Okay, I got that wrote. Anyway, let's get that up there. Can y'all read that, folks? Here we go. 1-213-943-3709. I'm live Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Central. And folks, this is a good talk, a good call, call talk. Anyway, that was good. That was good. So anyway, we're going to just wrap up this call with Gladys. I'm going to let her get an insight real powerful. And what is the importance behind learning to fail, Gladys? Hallelujah. Well, I got a question for you. I got a question for you about Blog Talk. Personally, I would like to do these things about 3 times a day, 3 or 4. Yes, yes, and I need to dig in and see what that's going to cost to do that. Because that's something I'm interested in doing. Maybe having, you could do a morning show with just music, for iTunes or whatever, and you could do a news broadcast, weather, things like that over the phone. You could bitch, whatever you want to do, and that's kind of cool. But I know the first 30 minutes, but it's free. But usually, what holds a lot of people back more than anything is because they're afraid to fail. And you can't beat free. And if a person can make that decision to just first get the information or just run on blind faith. Folks, I mean, if you ain't got $50 laying around to just about $44.95, come on, quit it. And the information's all free. You'll find out the human beings are the only ones that'll get in their way. because they're afraid to fail. And a lot of people, they want to try something, and that's how a lot of things get bad names. Oh, it didn't work. It didn't work. Well, you know what? How many people got into Amway back in the day, walked down the hallway, kicked the box just to check see if any money flew out? You know, Amway started out. Do what? Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah? Go ahead. $25. Well, I tell you what, it's like I'm a firm believer. Everything that we do out here is kind of like buying a lotto ticket, but yet we have better odds here. You know, and I don't think a lot of people understand that. They just see $25. But if they want to understand the lotto, and I mean that might be my next week's thing. Win lotto big. How to beat the lotto. You know, just little things like that, and just lure them in and go, man, it's just a scam anyway. I mean, how many people really win the lottery? You know, we had four people win 340 million a couple days ago. Yeah, right, right. You know, and keep it simple, right? Just keep it simple. Yeah, right. Right? For less than $1.50 a day, you can change your life now. Hit the button. Hit the button. You know, and oh yeah, it's that gets old. It sucks being broke, but you know what? That's a temporary situation. I'm not poor though. Okay, you can't fix poor. Well, it's like people in New York. It's like people in New York, Gladys. If they just cut back to two cups of Starbucks, or cut back to one instead of two coffees from Starbucks, they could afford to do something like this. I want a small island. I want a small island with an ocean around me. Do you think Paris is up for sale? Wow. All right, Gladys, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to wrap up with all my callers. Make sure you catch my episode later over on YouTube. I upload them about, I don't know, sometime it takes me 2 hours to upload them. I get so busy. But it was a pleasure having you in on the show today, Gladys, and you have a great weekend. And go get that red ball. Okay. You have a good weekend. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, I mean, this is a new world. It's the best pay in the world. I've been going on about this all week. Next week, and that's why I write down notes and things like that, what I'm going to cover, folks. But one thing's for sure, obviously, I'm not afraid to fail. And for things to change, I had to change. And if you keep doing what you're doing and expecting different results, well, that's insanity. Why not, and like I said, that today's, one of the topics was gamers at home. And if you're a gamer at home, guys, you're already working on a list, and people go check out your website where you've got other games and things like that, because that's just what you're good at it. Don't you think other people are looking for something too? Okay, and you got to learn to just keep it simple. Numbers will never lie, my friend. Numbers will never lie. Anyway, go watch it, guys. cloudthunder.org. Click on the blue icon, and and come on out. Go to the Wednesday night hangout. Do whatever you got to do, but make sure you get the facts, my friend. Make sure you get the facts and learn to communicate. YouTube Car 730. You can find me at cloudthunder.org. I'm all over the place, guys. Just come find me, okay? Anyway, thanks for tuning in today, folks, and I'm going to go ahead and end my Blog Talk Show radio, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up with my YouTube followers, okay? So go ahead and get this thing retweeted, send to your friends, send to everybody, folks. I mean, just do it. And don't be afraid. Don't, if you don't want to do it, tell a friend, okay? Let me host them. But if you've done the numbers, that's kind of a stupid move. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, folks. I look forward to seeing y'all next Monday. Okay, guys, that's it. I always hear lately, I always say, I'm going to try to make a video, over the weekend or something like that, but I actually get too busy to do things like that. I'm still looking at buying that program I've been talking about the last 3 days now, since I just brought it up now. But I don't know how busy I'm going to be over the weekend. I don't know what I'm doing. I've got a car I've got to finish up and things like that, but it looks like an awesome program. And y'all need to make a decision. I'm glad y'all made it this far. And, somewhere someone will. And why not you? And that's it. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys, and get subscribed. Tell a friend. Thank you.